Hello and buongiorno. It is the 5th of September 2024 and I'm in a hotel in San Marino. And I know I've said similar things before on this channel, but tonight could be the night it finally happens. And just to make sure we're all on the same page here, we're talking about the San Marino national football team trying to end their world record run without a victory. Because it's now more than 20 years since San Marino last won a game of football, that famous 1-0 friendly defeat of Liechtenstein in 2004. And because that was only a friendly and it's the only game they've ever won, they're yet to win a single competitive match in their 38-year history. But tonight, here at the Stadio Olimpico in San Marino, Liechtenstein are back in town. And this time, it is a competitive match. And admittedly, last time Liechtenstein came here back in 2020, they won 2-0 and were comfortably the better side. But since 2020, they haven't won a single game either. So we've got a team that hasn't won in 4 years against a team that hasn't won in 20 years. Whatever happens tonight, and whoever wins, we will be witnessing history. Unless it's 0-0. Welcome, for what could be the last time, to San Marino. So here we are back at the Stadio Olimpico, and it's good to be back. Because it's been nearly 3 years since I last brought you here to see San Marino play Andorra, and that time I gave you a whole spiel about how it was their biggest chance in years to finally win a match, and they ended up losing 3-0. So why is it different tonight? Well, for a start, Liechtenstein are even smaller than Andorra. In terms of population, they're pretty much the same size as San Marino, in other words, tiny. And they are, of course, the only team San Marino have ever beaten. And meanwhile, San Marino themselves have been showing some good signs recently, relatively speaking. Last year, they nearly got a draw against Denmark, only losing to a 70th minute winner, and earlier this year, they actually took the lead in a friendly against St Kitts and Nevis before eventually losing 3-1. Anyway, there's a couple of things I need to address just before kickoff. Firstly, yes, the national anthem of Liechtenstein has the same tune as God Save the King. And secondly, the stewards tonight weren't letting anyone take their cameras into the ground. So I'm having to film all of this on my phone, which means, unfortunately, this video might be a little bit less polished than usual. Alright, who said even less polished than usual? You can get out. But yeah, clearly they're getting a bit stricter about people filming at matches here. And I guess that's UEFA regulations for you. Hopefully this video will be okay, but if you come back to the channel in a few days and it isn't there anymore, then I guess it wasn't. Anyway, enough about that. It's time for kickoff. And the Liechtenstein centre forward will get us underway. He lays it back to their central midfield playmaker, who pings it out wide and straight out of play.
Sorry.
By the way, I'm here tonight with my friends Lee and Paul from the Sweeper podcast, who are experts in this sort of football, and we'll be getting their thoughts at half time. But in the early stages here, it feels like a relatively even game. Liechtenstein are certainly bossing possession and are maybe slightly the stronger side, but if anything, San Marino are creating the better opportunities. San Marino are actually playing some decent stuff here, or at least they're managing to put Liechtenstein under a bit of sustained pressure. But then, on 30 minutes, disaster strikes. Liechtenstein take the lead through their promising 19-year-old forward, Fabio Luque Notaro, who wasn't even born last time San Marino won a football match. It is a devastating blow for the home side. Or is it? The goal is disallowed after video review for an offside infringement in the build-up, and it is a huge let-off for the boys in sky blue. But can they take advantage of that before half-time? Well, they've got a free kick in a dangerous area.
were quite
Good,
right.
good to have the confirmation.
No, couldn't do it at all. We couldn't even really get it beyond the first one.
Nah, it's a bit of a shame.
There's still time though for San Marino to win another free kick in an even more dangerous position, and this one goes just wide of the post. But with that, it is half time and it is still 0-0. And I tell you what, this could be on here, lads. But let's cross now to Lee and Paul in the half-time studio for their expert analysis.
It is half-time in Serra Valley, and crucially, it's still San Marino 0, Liechtenstein 0. Paul, the big moment of the first half, Liechtenstein thinking they'd taken the lead around the half-hour mark. A cross coming in from the right, and Fabio, Luque and Nataro slotting in from close range. But VAR saved us. Are San Marino clinging on for dear life?
No, not exactly. I don't think that would be a fair way of saying it. I think Liechtenstein are the better side so far. They've definitely demonstrated better possession. They look more threatening. But on the break, San Marino do get these little glimpses. And I think there are a couple of times that you just thought, this could fall. And Nani, in fact, hit the post, didn't he? It was actually already offside. But there's just these little moments where you think possibly they could get that breakthrough.
Yeah, I think one or two, perhaps if the ball fell luckily to them, there have been a couple of moments, particularly down the left flank, where I think San Marino have made some inroads. But I think with a bit more quality, Liechtenstein do have the ability to take the lead in this game and win it. But nonetheless, it's the hope that remains for us. It is still 0-0. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Thank you very much to Lee and Paul there. And with the referee blowing the whistle to start the second half, there are now 45 minutes remaining for one of these sides to make history. Because let's be honest, the one result we don't want here is a 0-0 draw. Even a Liechtenstein goal would be something to celebrate, because you don't get to see one of those very often, but the dream, of course, is a San Marino winner. And then, just 8 minutes into the half, the unthinkable happens. San Marino take the lead through their very own promising 19-year-old forward, Nico Sensoli. And there are a few nervous moments while the video referee checks for a potential foul on the Liechtenstein goalkeeper, but no, the goal is good and San Marino are winning a game of football. San Marino are winning a game of football. All they need to do now is hold on to their clean sheet and not concede a goal for 38 minutes. Yes, I think you see the problem there. Cue a desperate string of defensive substitutions.
To be fair, he looks knackered.
Bring on 5 defenders.
But although they've taken off one of their biggest goal threats in Nicola Nani, for the next 10 or 15 minutes, it looks more likely San Marino are going to score a second goal than concede an equaliser. And I'm pretty sure it's the first time anyone has said those words in that order. But then, as time goes on, things begin to get more nerve-wracking. We're moving into the final 10 minutes now, and San Marino somehow are still 1-0 up. But the problem is, the closer we get to the end, the more stressful it becomes. Let's just check in with how Lee's doing. Yeah, not good. If you want to know how this feels, imagine your team being 1-0 up with less than 10 minutes to go, and then multiply that by 20 years. I swear the 88th minute lasted for nearly an hour, and the 89th minute lasted for more than a century. And then just as we hit 90 minutes, the referee signals 7 minutes of additional time. 7 minutes! Shall we just see what Lee thinks about that? By this point, even San Marino shepherding the ball out for a goal kick is met with a deafening cheer. These fans haven't seen their team win since 2004. And don't forget, that was just a friendly game. Tonight is an official UEFA competition. This counts. If San Marino can hold on here, it would be their first ever competitive win. But then, in the last minute of the 7 added on, Liechtenstein are given a free kick. The ball whistles just past the post. And now, and I really do mean only just now, the San Marino fans are beginning to believe this is happening.
10 minutes up.
San Marino have actually done it. They have won it. And the San Marino stadium announcer, quite understandably in the circumstances, has absolutely lost it.
As you may know, I am wildly obsessed with the San Marino national football team and their 35-year quest to win a competitive football match.
Imagine what it would be like to be there when it happens.
Wait, does this mean I have to go and support Liechtenstein now?